guys, welcome back to my channel. So on today's video we're doing a get ready with B, obviously, and I'm just gonna be talking about the things college has taught me. It's really a chit chat get ready with me. It's not anything too serious. It's just me poking and prodding my mind for what I learned for college. And if you guys relate, disagree, just let me know. Yeah, that's really it. Okay, see you guys.
You see this life, I cannot kill myself. I just want to live my life if I'm dead.
Hey guys, so today I'm gonna be giving life lessons that college taught me. I guess you could take advice from this video as well, but yeah, we're just gonna get into it while I do my makeup. I'm gonna be giving you guys an everyday look. So first, I already primed my face and everything with the Hydro Grip primer with niacinamide. You could use the green one too. I think both work really well. I just like this one because it's pink and it has niacinamide. But yeah, I was using the green one. I even still have some of the green one. I literally just stopped using it because I got the niacinamide one. But they literally work the exact same. I'm trying to find a brush for my foundation. Okay, anyways, so the first thing I would say college taught me is the importance of getting to know yourself. And I feel like people are usually like, oh, like I grew up with myself, I know myself, I'm literally me, no one can know me more than me. But I feel like that's cap. I think until I came to college, I literally just did things for vibes. Like if it was there, I did it. Whether I really liked it or whether I really didn't like it. If somebody was like, oh, I'm doing this, I would just do it. And then like obviously I might have like been like, oh, I don't really like this thing and stuff like that inside my head, but I would still do certain things not understanding like why I didn't necessarily like it. Like, let me give an example. Okay, I was on the dance team in high school and I didn't like being on the dance team, and I would blame it because it's like, oh, like I was busy and stuff like that and I had a lot of things on my plate. But the truth is, learning dances is just, my brain don't function like that. And until I came to college and like I actually was like trying to learn dances on my own, I was like, this isn't fun to me. Like, yes, it's fun, but it's not something that like, oh, it's fun to me if I'm learning a dance with my friend and we're about to perform it. But just dancing for dance vibes, like, I don't know. Like at a party, I get it, but like to just sit in my room and do a 1-2 step, like that's not something I look forward to. So like doing things like the dance team and stuff like that wasn't really, it would make sense why I didn't like it, because I didn't actually like dancing. Do you get? And then the opposite of that is you find things that you actually do like when you start to spend time with yourself, because it's like, okay, I want to try out this new thing, and oh, I actually do like this thing. Not that, like, I think one of the biggest things of like trying out things with other people is you might not actually like the thing, you just like the experience attached to it. And I think that's what I was trying to say about dance. Like, I didn't necessarily like dancing, I just like the experience attached to it. And like, just because you can do something doesn't necessarily mean that you like it. Like, I know how to put a basic dance step together, but it's not something that I look forward to doing. Like, it's maybe something younger me would have looked forward to doing. And also, like, you grow and you evolve, and like continuously dating yourself allows you to understand how you grow and evolve. Like, younger me, if you told her that, oh, I did a dance in front of like 30 people, she would have ended up. But me now, just be like, okay, that's cute, like it's not really my style, but okay, that's different. Do you get? So yeah, that's like, I think that's one of the biggest things college taught me, like the importance of dating myself, spending time with myself, and just learning my likes and dislikes and reasoning for myself why I like it or I don't like it, if that makes sense. Okay, another thing college taught me was you can know a lot of people, but they don't all need to be your friends. And I say that for me especially because I don't know how to put it, but I'm easy to get along with. So by default, I usually, like, when I'm in spaces, I end up speaking to people, building connections with people. I like to build connections, let me put it like that. And before I came to college, I used to think, okay, every connection I built needs to be a friendship. So it's like, if it's not friends, then we're enemies, if that makes sense. But as I grew, I started to realize not every person you meet is going to be your friend. Like, some people are literally just going to be acquaintances. Some people are literally just going to be people you pass by. Some people are going to be mutual friends. Like, not everybody you know do you need to have a strong relationship with. One, because it's just hard to balance. Like, there's no way you can have 50 friends. If you have 50 friends, I'm sorry, either your friends are being fake to you or you're just not a good friend. That's how I see it. You can have like 10 good friends, quality over quantity, you see what I'm saying? 10 good friends, and then you could know like 40 other people, and like, okay, maybe that's an acquaintance, maybe that's, you know, your party friend, that's your class friend. You get what I'm saying? I also just stopped classifying everybody as a friend. I think now I use the term acquaintance more frequently, and like I say, oh, I know of her, or I know her, or we did this and this together. Like, I don't just be like, oh yeah, that's my friend, because you're not my friend. I just had 1 or 2 or 3 interactions with you, but we're not really friends. You get that? Even there's some people who, like, I would say, even I still do this today, like, I'll be like, oh my goodness, that's my friend, but like deep down, I don't consider them my friend, and I don't think they consider me their friends. It's just that, like, I don't have a word for our relationship. Like, we're not acquaintances, we're not friends, we're somewhere in the middle. So I just consider them my friend. But that's what I'm saying, like, categorizing relationships, realizing that not everybody is a close friend. And in that, of saying that, I think another thing that college has taught me is not everybody deserves access to my space and my time and my energy. I think as a freshman coming into college, I used to think, okay, where are all the people at I need to be at? When I came into college, I was very much quantity over quality, and I wanted this big friend group, and I wanted us all to be the best of friends alive. And I quickly came to realize that literally it's just impossible. Like, it's I don't want to say it's unrealistic, because I've had my friend groups experiences actually, and I don't want to say all of them turned out horrible, but I just think that in friend groups come different connections, and like, not every person, that whatever, that's just a different story for a different time. But back to the original statement, that not everybody deserves access to your space, your time, and not everyone is going to get equal access to your space, your time, and your energy. Because if you pour yourself into everybody, you're literally going to have nothing left for you. And that kind of ties back into like dating myself, getting to know myself. If I'm pouring into everybody's bucket, I will not have anything to pour into my bucket, because it's just like I'm constantly giving, and it's just literally not possible. It's not possible. It's not possible.
Be proud of me. It's
Okay, another thing college taught me is not all your hobbies need to be monetized. I used to very much be, if I could do it, I'm gonna do it for everybody, and I'm gonna make sure everybody pays for it. Like, it wasn't until, okay, for example, I'm gonna give you guys an example. My makeup, I love doing makeup. If you know me, you know that's kind of my thing. That's very much my forte. I'm even about to launch Beats by Banks, stay tuned, which is low-key really bad for this example. But when I first started doing makeup, I wanted to do it for everybody. But then the more I started doing it for everybody, the more tiring it got. And part of it was just because I hadn't perfected my craft, literally, that it was just like, okay, it feels like every new person, I don't know what I'm doing. But then also part of it was I didn't put a limit on how much I would do other people's makeup. Like, if somebody called me, can you do my makeup? Can you do my hair? Could you do this? I would do it. But the thing is, like, I would then do it to get paid for it. And it's just like, you get kind of tired because it's a constant thing. Like, even now when launching Beats by Banks, I've made sure to have certain times where just like I'm not doing any makeup at all, because it's just like, sorry twin, I just can't be bothered, literally. Like, it's something I love to do and it's fun, and especially now that I've learned how to do it on other people, and like I'm learning other people's faces and stuff like that, it is fun. But you know, especially hair. Oh my goodness, when I first came to college, I wanted to charge people for hair so bad. I would do my friend's hair. I'd be like, are you gonna pay me for that? And then, you know, I would end up doing hair for like 3 hours, and then I'd be sick and tired, and it just becomes something you don't enjoy anymore because, yeah, it's just not fun.
I know you want the best for me, but let me leave me where that is happy. It's a thing of joy, be proud of it.
I think college played a big role on how I now communicate with people and how I value communication. I think before, for me, communication just be like, I'm gonna tell you what I have to tell you and you can receive it, or you don't have to receive it, that's your business. But being in college taught me, one, not everybody communicates the same way, and literally some people just simply don't know how to communicate. Like, it's not that they don't want to, they literally just don't know how to go about the situation. They don't know how to put their words together to say, which honestly used to be me. I used to be one of those people where, like, I would feel a very, very big way, but I just wouldn't be able to put it into words. And then when I was able to put it in words, I just said it and I would leave, and it's like, okay, take it or don't take it. And it's really taught me, one, everybody just deals with, like I said before, everybody just deals with communication differently. But not only that, communication can only take you so far, like, at least verbally. There's like body language communication, facial expressions, and it's like sometimes you need to use that to read the room. And I'm not saying that in like situations just like, okay, you walk in, everybody's slouching. Obviously people don't want you there, but like, even basic actions, like I would say through friendships, like, yes, verbal communication is key, but actions also do speak louder than words. And it's like, yes, tell your friend how you feel, but if you tell your friend how you feel and you both agree they're gonna change and then they don't change, they're communicating to you that this friendship is not of value to me. Do you get what I'm saying? So I feel like both verbal and oral communication is important. And just hold on.
Do the mirror on you, motherfucker. Don't want any part of your motherfucker.
And tying with communication, another thing is just your intent is different from your impact. You could make a statement, and when I say y'all, I used to be so bad at communicating with people, because for me it'd be like, okay, if this is what I intended, why are you not receiving it that way? But in all reality, it's more like, okay, this is what I intended, and because of things you've gone through and the life we live, that's not how it impacted you. I used to be like, okay, this is not what I intended, and you're not taking it how I intended it. So, but yes, your impact is way stronger than your intent. I've learned that the hard way, and it's just sometimes you have to really sit down and be like, okay, this is, and you have to be truthful too. That's another thing college has taught me. You gain literally nothing from lying, and you do not want to be labeled a liar, because I haven't been labeled a liar, but I've seen people be labeled liars and I've seen the impact of that, and it's just not fun. And it's like, if people can't even expect you to stand on your word, then what are we doing right now? So yeah. Another thing college has taught me is just like realizing that each relationship is separate. And I was kind of touching into this earlier when I was talking about like, oh, in friend groups you have a different relationship with each person. But especially when I started college and like in high school, I used to think that like, okay, if I'm in a friend group and I'm friends with this person, then I have to be friends with like, or at least good friends with everybody in the friend group. And then, you know, like obviously you may have like one or two people that you're really, really close with, but like everybody else in the friend group who you're not necessarily as close with, the friendship has to stay the same level for all of them. I don't know why my mind used to think like that, but it used to think like that. And when I came to college and I really started forming friend groups, and people would get into fights and arguments, and it's like, oh, pick this side, do this, do that, back this person, back that person, I sort of realized that in life, relationships cannot be codependent on another person. And literally, I've been on both ends of the spectrum where it's like, okay, I've made people feel like, okay, my friendship with somebody else, my friendship with them was dependent on somebody else. And looking back, I now feel like very bad. I'm like, oh dang, sorry. But I've also been on the opposite end of the spectrum where I feel like, oh, my friendship with certain people was dependent on my friendship with a certain person. And you kind of just start to realize that, like, at the end of the day, you can't live your life if all your friends drop. Like, I don't know how to put it. If my best friend stopped being friends with one person, or stopped being friends with all my friends, am I not gonna say, okay, I'm not gonna be friends with them? I think you have to treat each person based on, like, okay, this is what they did to me, this is how they treat me, this is the kind of person they've been to me, while still acknowledging the things they did to other people. Like, I'm not saying, okay, if somebody go and cuss everybody out, but they don't cuss you out, then they're a good person and they should be a good person in your eyes. But I think that you can acknowledge the fact that, okay, this person hasn't done me wrong, so I'm not going to necessarily treat them any type of way. I might distance myself from them. I might bear the way they've treated the other people in their life in mind, but I won't necessarily make that issue my own personal issue, if that makes sense.
Fuck society, fuck you wanna be, fuck your hypocrisy, don't want any part of.
You can never really allow people to get you out your character. Like, at the end of the day, people will rile you up. And trust me, y'all, I've had situations where people have put me in a corner and have kept pressing my buttons, and I've broke. I'm not gonna sit here and cap. I've broke. I went toe to toe. I started cussing people out. I started going berserk on everybody. But it's like, at the end of the day, how do I put it? You can't be responsible for how anybody treats you. People are inherent, I don't want to say people are inherently wicked, but people have wicked tendencies. And people are going to do what people are going to do. At the end of the day, you can't get into their mind and force them to think or act a certain way. But what you can do is not react. I think a big part of people reacting and being like, well, if you're from the DMV, I don't know if they said this anywhere, but I feel like a DMV a lot, they say, oh, I'm not gonna go like that. But the thing about you not going like that, you're proving to people who aren't, at least me personally, I think you're proving to people who don't really know you, because at least me, when I go like that, the people who know me know that, okay, I have the power within me to react a certain way. I just choose not to. And I started to realize that when I stopped reacting to people who knew me used to be like, girl, if that was you 2 years ago, you would have. And I used to be like, yeah, I would have. But I just don't do that no more. And then, like, so to me, it's just like you're proving to people who don't really know you that you're not gonna go like that. And it's like, okay, yes, you're not going toe to toe with this person, but the people who you're trying to show that you're not gonna go like that to aren't gonna matter in your life in a couple of years. And the person you're going toe to toe with probably isn't gonna matter in your life in a couple of years either. So why exactly are you going toe to toe with them? Why are you allowing them to take you out your character to prove to the world that you're not gonna go like that? Like, to me, it don't make sense. I would say a big lesson college has taught me is people will show you how they feel about you, and they don't necessarily always need to say it. And like I said before, this ties into the actions speak louder than words, because I'm a firm believer it does. But just don't let people tell you multiple times that they are who they are, if that makes sense. Like, there should be no reason why someone is acting out against you 25A and you're sitting there like, that's not who they are. That's who they are. They can say that's not who they are. They can apologize 50 times, but when their actions have showed you that's who they are. So it's like, you're gonna sit here and argue with their character, or you're just gonna go get up and find peace, you know? Another thing college has taught me is people perceive you based off of what you give them. And I say this because I was literally having a conversation with my friend the other day. I was like, oh, people are so quick to judge people and da 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 da. And it's like, yes, but people judge people based off of what they know about them. So it's like, okay, I could be the sweetest girl. And yeah, okay, before I continue, it is wrong to judge people. Like, it's genuinely inherently wrong. Like, no one's arguing with that. But back to the story. I could be the sweetest person ever, but if every time I step outside, I mean mug people, I cuss somebody out, people are automatically gonna think that I'm mean. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like, you can't show one character but then expect everybody to get to know you on a deeper level and realize that, oh my goodness, that's not really you. That's like surface level you. So if people don't want to get in the mix with that, you can't really blame them. I think that's the main thing college has taught me, because I used to be very much one of those people. You should never judge my book by its cover. If you want to get to know somebody, get to know them, and da, 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 da. But sadly, that's how life works. And then with that comes, people know each other. So if somebody thinks of you this type of way and somebody else is about to get to know you, they might just be like, oh, hey, yeah, I know that person. They're kind of like this, even though that literally might not be how you are at all. But that's what was presented to that person. And me personally, if I know my friend is about to step into a crazy situation or be friends with somebody crazy or do something with somebody crazy, I would warn them, just so you know, they know a little bit. But yeah. College has taught me the importance of being authentically myself. I feel like it's very easy to be like, oh, I'm gonna act this way, I'm gonna do this. But it's like, eventually you get tired of portraying yourself to be a certain kind of way. Like, the person I was freshman year, I wouldn't say that was fake me. I would say that's experimental me. I think that I wanted to kind of fit in with the people there. I'm gonna be honest, I wanted to fit in with the people there. And, you know, they did some things that wasn't really my aesthetic, and I was trapped in situations that I would have personally not liked to be in. I'm gonna give a very common example. Everybody knows this, how game nights be going. I know how game nights be going. Now personally, college game nights, high school game nights, they're not really my aesthetic, because it just gives pimp and pimpette. That's I'm gonna say like that. It gives pimps and pimp and pimpettes. But freshman year, I was invited to this game night, and you know, for the sake of, oh, I want to be friends with everybody, I went. And I was so uncomfortable, like so uncomfortable. And it's like, they would ask me things and be like, oh, let's do truth or dare, let's do F, Marry, Kill. And I would just sit there awkwardly and be like, I don't want to answer that. And then it would turn into, oh my goodness, you're not a kid, just answer it, da da da. But it's like, okay, I genuinely was uncomfortable, but because I wasn't really able, well, no, I wasn't able to speak up for myself, because ain't nobody there was holding me. But because I wanted to be like, you know, have friends and hang out with people, I was stuck there. But like me now, let me tell you guys, if I go to a game night, well, say what games are we playing? If we're not playing Ludo, if we're not playing Scrabble, if we're not playing Monopoly, I'm not playing. I'm not playing. You're not going to call me and tell me let's go and play truth or dare at my big age of 20 years old. Are you mad? But yeah, just things like that, you know? Because once I started being honest with myself and being like, these game nights not really for me, I ain't never looked back. In all relationships, you go through seasons. I think in high school, I think okay, let me even think. I know the difference between high school me and college me is high school me, if I was in a fight with somebody, that was usually the end of our friendship. It didn't. Most of my high school friends I rarely fought with, and if we did and we're still friends now, it's because, you know, our friends mediated the conversation. It was like, listen, this is such a stupid thing to stop being friends over. But me, I used to think, okay, all friendships, all relationships have to be, you know, rosy patches, beautiful and green, you know, because if I'm your friend, why am I fighting with you? But at the end of the day, people go through disagreements. Just like you disagree with your family members, you don't necessarily cut them off, right? You just put them to the side, step back, and recalibrate. That's sometimes what you do with friendships. Sometimes you're like, okay, let's go think about the situation. And I also think respecting how another person is impacted by a relationship and acknowledging the things they've been through is also something that, and I said acknowledging, not using it as an excuse for everything. Because when I first realized that, okay, people go through rough patches in relationships and friendships, and when I realized that, okay, you know, people have trauma, and like sometimes what somebody did they didn't intentionally do, it's just because this is the way they were brought up, or this is something they think is okay. I used to let that excuse everything. Literally, y'all, let me tell y'all, one time somebody kicked me out their car, and I don't even know what rationale I used to wrap around my head that what they did wasn't wrong. But y'all know we was friends after that. They kicked me out their car in pitch black, and we was friends after that. We not friends no more though. But, and I think even that, like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it just made me realize, like, not every, like, sometimes people are just trashy. Because I even explained to the person, I was like, listen, I really do want to be your friend. Like, it's not even like I'm holding on to this malice because I just want to be angry at you. I really do want to be your friend. But you kicked me out your car, twin, in pitch black, and you never apologized, and then you blamed it on me. You know, like, just it. And the person was like, no, I'm not apologizing for that. And I was like, okay. You get the issues. Like, I allowed that behavior for so long that I was just like, okay, because I excused it for their trauma, when it really came time to, you know, talk about it, it was to them, it was kind of like, and I think that also ties into setting boundaries. I think a lot of issues I faced in this life is because I didn't know how to set boundaries for the longest time. Like, if somebody came to me and they needed me to do something, this kind of goes with like tying into like your space and your energy, I would automatically say yes. Especially for my friends. Oh my goodness, I'm a big giver to my friends and my family. Like, if they need something, as annoyed as I am, as agitated I will be, I will try to get it done. Like, literally, examples is my mom needed me to put a PowerPoint together. I was getting so annoyed because I had to change this PowerPoint every 2 seconds, but best believe I did it. You get what I'm saying? But you know, that's different because that's my mama. I would do anything for my mama. But I started to realize that you have to set boundaries with people, or else they're going to take advantage of your time and your space. And it's hard because if you don't set boundaries from the get-go of your relationship, when it's finally time to set those boundaries, let me tell you, they're not gonna take it well. It's not gonna go over well unless your friend is sane. Okay, let me not say that. Like, people are saying, but it's just, you know, when it's like, I don't even know what to compare it to, but it's like, let's say you had a warm bed to sleep on every night, and then all of a sudden somebody's like, yeah, I'm taking it away. You'd be like, what? I feel like that's not even a good example, but I literally just don't know how else to explain it. Like, when you're constantly giving something and it's taken away. Oh, let's even use your phone. I know some of y'all got your phones taken away when you were a kid, and I know your parents used to tell you it's a right to have a phone. No, it's a privilege to have a phone, not a right. And when your parents took away your phone, you used to be like, what the heck are they talking about? This is my phone. No, it really was a privilege because they didn't have to pay for that phone. So that's kind of what boundaries are like. Like, it's a privilege to have what I'm giving you, but you don't necessarily need to have it. And once you take a privilege away from somebody, especially if they're giving it to them from the get, they feel like it's the right. So setting boundaries and relationships, especially early on, is important. And the moment something starts to bug you, you say it, because if you don't, the person is not going to know what they're doing is wrong. Let me tell y'all, college taught me how to be frugal. You know, we're gonna pipe down, but college taught me how to be very frugal with my money. Let me tell you guys, I'm a cute little suburban girl. I'm not ashamed to say I'm a cute little suburban girl. And I always joke with my dad that, like, okay, the way I act and carry myself and the things I buy now that I'm making my own money is because of the way my parents brought me up. Like, you can't give me $50 every day and I'm living on a $50 budget and then one day start giving me one. Like, it's not possible. So I think that was the biggest shock for me when I came to college. Like, I came and then I was working jobs, so it's not like anything, but I was working jobs, and then slowly by slowly I stopped asking my parents for stuff, and then eventually I just started buying things on my own. And then my parents made this joke the other day that I live like I'm rich. Like, I buy things like I constantly have a paycheck coming in. I get my hair done like I constantly have a paycheck coming in. Even like there was this time where I was a wig fanatic. I've taken a break from wigs for my edges, but I used to be a wig fanatic. I used to buy a new wig like every week, and it was just like, why are you spending this money on wigs when you could be spending it on something so much more valuable to your life? But it's because I was so used to just literally being able to get whatever I wanted or whatever I needed. I didn't realize I need to budget. Money don't grow on trees. Literally the other day I was doing my hair and I called my mom. I was like, Mom, can you believe I did this hair for free? She was like, what? I was like, yeah, I got my leftover locks out my box and I did it myself. And she just laughed, and I was like, yeah, because money don't grow on trees no more. And she was just like, okay, girl, because you thought it grew on trees at our backyard, right? And I said, indeed. I thought money was endless.
It's a thing of joy. Be proud of me. Be proud of me. It's
Me in college has just allowed me to experience the world on my own and not necessarily through anybody else's lens. Because it's like when I'm at home, I do things or I go places that my parents would approve of, if that makes sense. Like, for example, what am I doing at UMD at 10 p.m. at night when that's not my school? Do you get? But I could just, when I'm at school, I could just, you know, oh, okay, so I need to go to UMD, let's go and explore. Do you get? Yeah.
fuck society. Fuck you wanna be, but you're.
Okay, while that's drying a little bit, we gonna do the blush. Yo, I feel like this was a quick little chill little makeup look. I don't know. I feel like college has taught me a lot, and obviously I'm still learning a lot. Really the main thing it's taught me is that anything I put my mind to, I can achieve. Even just like looking back, the things that I've done, and I'm just like, dang, 2 years ago I didn't think I'd do that. Oh my goodness, let me tell you guys, one thing college has taught me is that having good friends is really, really important, and having a strong support group is really, really important. Oh my goodness, you know the amount of things I've done that it's like, okay, I probably still would have done it if I didn't have good friends, but I would have went into it way less confident than I did. Even, okay, I'm gonna use this example even though it didn't turn out too well, but like, okay, I did Miss ASA and sadly I lost, but you know, life moves on. But literally 2 days or like a day before the thing, I was literally talking to my friends and I was like, yeah, y'all, I think I could predict my own future. I was like, I think I'm gonna lose. I was so nervous. I literally had bubble guts, everything. Y'all, when I tell you guys, I went on that stage, I did not stutter. I messed up the dance, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I did not stutter. I was up there, literally when I was up there, I was just like, in my head I was like, no way I'm doing this. But I was doing it, and literally part of it was just because of the support system I had around me. Like, my mom called me before the thing. She even came there. My sister called me for the thing. My sister was there. My friends, some of my friends sent me Bible scriptures. Some of them just called me to talk to me. Even like when I was backstage, I would have friends literally come and check up on me and be like, let's just go over this, just calm down. It's just like having friends who are genuinely there for you. College just taught me what true friendships are. And think, like, to anybody who I haven't been a true friend in the past to, I'm gonna just apologize, because having true friends is so sweet. College has taught me that true friendships are just so beautiful, and that's all I'm gonna say. But my friends, I know I can't gas their head too much. They're literally like, I don't know, true friends is just a beautiful thing, and I cannot believe, I knew what true friendship was before, but like, literally, I think because I was so pessimistic before, I used to not be optimistic at all. I didn't fully understand the capacity of how beautiful friendships could be. And then when I started to look at life with a more greener eye, I realized that, wow, this friendship thing is really beautiful sometimes. But yeah, college is hard, college is rough. You're gonna meet people, you're gonna lose people. You're gonna cuss people out, people gonna cuss you out. But you'll grow and you'll learn. You know, going into my senior year, honestly, I feel like my senior year is about to teach me about the real world for real. I feel like I'm not even, don't jinx it, Lord. I just feel like I don't even want drama for real. I've learned all the, you know, like relationship lessons, the people lessons I need to learn in college. I'm ready to lock in and learn how to file taxes, and like what job should I get, what city should I move to. That's what I want to start learning, because what is raw college is ghetto, let me tell y'all that. What is a raw that college be doing? Over it. Over it. But yeah, friends are cute, friends are cool, college is cute, college is cool, people are cute, people are cool, in moderation, all of those things. But anyways, guys, yeah, like I was saying, college is alright, but you'll learn a lot for all jokes aside. You'll actually learn a lot in college, both academically and socially, and probably politically as well. So, dang, this makeup look really too eat. Okay, but anyways, thanks for watching, and hopefully see y'all next week, Saturday, Wednesday. See y'all the next time I'm supposed to upload, if I upload.
Give me your hand and shoulder.